Hello and welcome. So let's talk about why you don't feel rich. And the reason you don't feel rich is because you are taught to live in lack. We are shown how to live in lack, and we are observers of the reality that we created since we were born. When we emerge into this awakening journey, this all starts to become highlighted to us where we want better, we want more, we want to be able to experience things in a level that we see other people having, like Joe Dispenza, Tony Robbins, Joe Vitalia, all these other people. And we want to live vicariously into that, but we tend to fault back to our past of, well, we grew up this way and my parents had this or they didn't have that. And then you'll start to realize where you've mirrored or mimicked them in your own life. The thing is that you can tell yourself you can feel all rich all the time, but that's not living in truth for yourself. The easiest way to live in truth is to really know that you are abundant. So I'm going to give you an exercise to do right now that you can actually test this out for yourself. And what I want you to do is I want you to look around your room and I want you to focus on one thing. And I want you to come into the deepest gratitude for that thing that you have. So it could be, I received this as a gift. I could just come into so much gratitude for what this is, and it's so beautiful, and thank you so much. Like, this is just so beautiful, and the work that it does in my home is just absolutely amazing, right? When I come into gratitude, this is abundance. We will take different things as we see them. And when we look at the things, the material things that we have in our house, and those material things create matter, they also create a social aspect of, here's a talking point, or this shows my social status, and this shows where I have money and where I don't have money. So we'll tend to buy things sometimes that we don't actually have the money for, and we'll live in a state of lack, not having enough to even pay for those things. So when we start to look at the things we have and come into gratitude for the things that we have, you start to see where you'll pull things in from a cycle. And we can have the instant gratification where we go out and we buy something that's a big purchase, and then we'll feel guilty. And if you feel guilty, it's okay, because I can either return it or I can just beat myself up about having bought that. The biggest thing is you have to understand is that it's a choice. If you see it from lack, you'll always be in lack. If you get frustrated when the bills come in, you'll always be frustrated when the bills come in. If you get paid and you live paycheck to paycheck, it will always be that way until you change the mindset in which you brought forth. So the moment you stop behaving and regurgitating things from your parents, you will stop the cycle for yourself, because you are abundant. Nowhere does it say we're not abundant, right? Nowhere does it say we're not wealthy. It's your birthright to have as much money as you want. It's understanding how to play the game between the mental and the emotional and the projection. And that comes down to understanding that what you see in your reality on a daily basis wasn't created overnight. You created this from your past. So the easiest way to step into abundance is to start literally feeling abundant about everything. The snow, the things you have on your shelves, the things you have in your fridge. And the more you feel abundant for those things, money will show up out of nowhere. I'm going to share a little bit of a secret with this as well. We're coming into tax time and people just don't like that form of having to give the government. Again, that's part of your own construct you've created where, you don't like those things, or there's no other solution. I have to pay this and I don't want to pay this authority figure over me. You have to understand that there is no authority over you. You are the authority of you. So if you give gratitude for that, it will start to change your concept of what is returned to you from that structure. I actually did this where I live, and I got a check back in the mail. I was like, what? So now it's all of a sudden it's like, well, no, this check is now grown by like exponential 400,000 times fold. Thank you. I'm gratitude. I appreciate the work that they do. And it comes back. So where we feel like we're in lack, you're pushing all the abundance away. So for the next 2 weeks, I want you to be in absolute gratitude for everything. Everything, even if you don't want to, see it as what you can learn from what's showing up. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that showing up. I know it might be tough at first, but it's a valuable lesson that you're going to learn about yourself and about what it is you truly desire for yourself to feel abundant. And for anyone who thinks that, everyone doesn't have a story, we all have a story. We all have a story we grew up on. We have a story that we were poverty, we had nothing, da 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 da. You can change all of them. You can change every aspect of your self-concept. And here's how I know this. I actually just did it. My old story was one of lack and poverty, and I literally sat and did a revision and a different technique for myself. And literally my brother regurgitated back to me exactly, we had abundance, we had so much money, we traveled, we did all these things. I'm like, yes, we did. Because that's what I designed it to be. So you are never stuck. You are never in lack. It's a choice that you're creating moment to moment. So if you choose not to do that anymore, I would love to coach with you, because I'm helping people around the world to change every ounce of their life to become something different that they choose and desire. So I look forward to hearing from you guys. Let me know how it goes in the comments. I see you guys soon.